Area of rectangles. A rectangle is a four-sided figure with opposite sides congruent and four right angles. If we look at this figure, this is a rectangle. These two sides are congruent to each other, so I'll put one tick mark. These two sides are congruent to each other. I'm going to put two tick marks because they're congruent to each other but not to the other two sides. Now on a rectangle, we call this the height and this the base. So what you're used to seeing as length is called the base, and what you're used to calling the width, we will now call the height. The area of a figure is the number of square units needed to cover a surface. You can use a formula to find the area of a rectangle. A formula is an equation that shows a mathematical relationship. The formula to find the area of a rectangle is A equals BH, which means A equals base times height. The area of a rectangle is its base times its height. You may want to highlight that so it stands out on your paper. Let's use this formula to help us solve this problem. It says write an equation to determine the area of each rectangle. Well, the area of each rectangle can be found by using the formula we just talked about. A area equals B base times H height. So first step is to write the formula every time, always and forever. Write the formula first. Now we can go in and replace B with 7, so A equals 7, and the H with 5. So we have A equals 7 times 5. And of course, what we replace the B and the H with will be specific to the rectangle we are working with. So here, the base is 7 inches and the height is 5 inches. Now all we have to do is multiply to solve. So A equals whatever 7 times 5 is, which is 35. And then we cannot forget our units of measurement. The angle, or the rectangle, was measured in inches, so it's 35 inches squared for the area. This one I'm going to help get you started, but you're going to finish on your own. Again, we're trying to find the area of a rectangle, and so we will write our formula A equals BH, area equals base times height. And for this specific rectangle, we can replace the B, this is the base, with 2.1, and H, the height, with 3.3. So when we write our equation, we have A equals 2.1 times 3.3. So your job is going to be to multiply and find the area. So go ahead and do that on your own. Press pause to solve the problem, and then when you are confident in your answer, press play to check. The area of this rectangle is 6.93 square centimeters, or 6 93/100 square centimeters. This final problem I'm going to have you do on your own. You will need to find the area of this rectangle. Remember that your first step is always to write the formula first, then plug in your numbers, and then solve. So go ahead and do this one on your own, and we will check it together in class.